Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host Ahmed Nawaz with the latest stand-up of sports today. Let's take a look at what we're discussing. First of all, we do talk about Pakistan versus Zimbabwe in detail as well, and we tell you now that the third ODI is going to be played tomorrow. And once again, I think 1-1 after the first one was lost by 80 runs, courtesy of the Duckworth-Lewis method. Pakistan made a very, very strong comeback. When you talk about Pakistan's campaign yesterday, they were completely on song. After bowling out Zimbabwe for 145 runs, they chased the target down with 10 wickets to spare with the relative ease. And Saim Ayub and Abdullah Shafiq were absolutely clinical, especially Saim, who scored a brilliant century as well. He's now the second fastest century in Zimbabwe after Shahid Afridi from Pakistan. So it took a lot of grit and determination. So credit to Pakistan, and then again to the bowling as well. Abrar was brilliant for his debut, taking 4 wickets. Faisal Akram with 3 as well. Rizwan probably enjoyed his captaincy at this moment as well. So now they're 1-1 and they move on to the third and final one international. But 2 big blows for Pakistan, as Ahmed Danial and Shahnawaz Dehani are now injured. They're returning back. They're out from the series, and Jandad has been called for the final one international, while Amir Jamal is going to be available for the T20s. Now the fact is that this is not the first time Dhani's been injured. Every time he's come to the team and the camp, he's been injured and he's gone out again. It's a very serious case now, players being injured before even playing games as well during training sessions. So we need to really explore that fact as well in detail. And like I said, it's very important to consider what's been going around the dressing room as well. But then again, when it's a total below 200 or 150, Pakistan looks clinical. When it goes beyond 150, the same batters, the same bowlers, the same conditions, everything goes haywire. So we need to explore and psychologically build ourselves to chase big totals now in one international cricket. Then we move on and we discuss some more particular things in Sports Extra. Pakistan Cricket Board has announced the Under-19 women's team for the Asia Cup. The Asia Cup is going to be played in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Pakistan start their campaign with India in the first game, and it's a great moment for these Under-19 young female cricketers to make their mark and of course become part of the increased pool of players in the future of Pakistan women's cricket as well. And then of course we move on and we discuss something very particular. 10 years ago from today, the world of cricket came to a standstill. We lost one of the greatest finds, not just for Cricket Australia, but for the world of cricket. Philip Hughes said goodbye to this world. He was injured playing a domestic game, got struck on the back of his head by a ball from Abbott, and unfortunately lost his battle to life as well. His family, absolutely broken. Cricket fans all around the world, especially Michael Clarke, his teammates at that moment, couldn't recover until now. And after that, the world of cricket was reformed. Safety protocols, concussion protocol came in. The design of helmets with a back safety became mandatory. A lot of things changed for the world of cricket. But then again, Phil Hughes still today lives on in our memories as a great cricketer, a great young find for Cricket Australia. And like I said, that the loss was too much to bear for anyone. The whole world came to a stop, even in Pakistan as well. And of course, today Cricket Australia paid tributes. The family held vigils as well. All around the world, there were memories from digital media to all over. And then of course, all domestic games in Cricket Australia observed silence as well for Philip Hughes as well. And of course, like I said, his memory goes on and he will forever live in the glorious tale of Cricket Australia as well. So that's what we're discussing in detail. Time now to introduce the guests. First of all, joining us in studios is cricket commentator, international broadcaster, presenter and our sports expert, Asif Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum, how are you?
Walaikum Assalam, Ahmed. I'm very well, thank you.
Thank you for joining us. We've also been joined by fellow anchor and expert Syed Mohammad Awais, who joins us as well. Assalamu alaikum, Awais. How are you?
I'm good. Walaikum Assalam, Ahmed bhai. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you for joining us as well. And also joining us is senior sports journalist Jabbar Faisal, who joins us as well. Assalamu alaikum, Jabbar Sahab. How are you, sir?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for joining us, sir. It's great to have you as well. And also joining us is senior sports journalist Syed Haider. Assalamu alaikum, sir. Welcome to Sports Extra.
Walaikum Assalam, Ahmed. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm very well, sir. Thank you very much for joining us as well. Right, let's take a look at this report and then we continue things in detail.
Pakistan defeated Zimbabwe by 10 wickets in the second one-day international in Bulawayo and leveled the 3-match series by 1-1. Earlier, the host won the toss and elected to bat. Zimbabwe were bowled out for 145 runs in 33 overs. Dion Myers remained top scorer with 33 runs, while Sean Williams added 31 runs. Craig Irvine and Skander Raza chipped in with 18 and 17 runs. For Pakistan, debutant Abrar Ahmed bagged 4 wickets.
Bowled him! Asking. Bowled him. That's picked out mid-wicket.
While Salman Ali Agha took 3 wickets.
Is that an edge? Yes, it is. Goes again, straight to the man.
Saim Ayub and Faisal Akram grabbed 1 wicket each.
He's gone again, fielder back. This could be the end.
In reply, Pakistan chased the 146-run target without losing any wickets in just 19th over.
Lifted. Here we go. It's one skip and a bounce away into the advertising hoarding. Pakistan, they win the second ODI international here at Queen's Sports Club by 10 wickets.
Openers Saim Ayub and Abdullah Shafiq provide unbeaten stand of 148 runs for the first wicket. Saim Ayub completed his century and remained top scorer with unbeaten 113 runs of 62 balls.
Heaved away in the air. One bounce for 4. Emphatic. A smile.
He smashed 17 fours and 3 maximums.
That's his signature stroke.
Abdullah Shafiq smashed 32 unbeaten with the help of 4 fours. Saim Ayub declared player of the match. Pakistan's pacers Ahmed Danial and Shahnawaz Dani have been ruled out of the third ODI against Zimbabwe. Pakistan Cricket Board shared that Ahmed suffered a hamstring injury while Dani sustained an ankle injury during the national team's training session. The third and deciding match of the series will be held on December 28th.
Well, there you have it, all you need to know about this tour so far. And like I said, that we're enjoying our cricket, and the fact is that the second one-day international has just been a change for us, and now we're in line to win the series. Sir Haider, how would you like to comment on this? I mean, 150 below partnership or a total there, Pakistan looks a completely different side. Same bowlers, same pitch, everything different. When it goes beyond 200, we seem to struggle, but a good day of cricket for Pakistan.
Absolutely, it's a fruitful result after a defeat where you cannot expect a defeat against Zimbabwe. ICC 13 level ranking team, and if you cannot chase 200 runs against Zimbabwe, then definitely you are in a lower level. After even you have defeated Australia in one-day series, and you are going to Zimbabwe and getting the defeat against Zimbabwe, then it means that something in your mindset is in relaxed mode, or something you are not focusing the cricket completely. That was the matter. But in the second match, we have seen that the Pakistani players, bowlers, batters, fielders, everyone, they have focused exactly. I said always that if you are playing against a club team or an international team, the focus is very important. That if you are not concentrating in the match, in the batting and bowling and fielding, then you cannot get the better result. Therefore, Saim Ayub and Abdullah Shafiq, they have batted well, and they have got the runs all in this match. And the bowlers, they were exactly on their what they have mentioned, as I have mentioned before, that if the bowlers, they are not bowling according to the situation, according to the wicket, then they cannot do anything. Cannot do anything. So therefore, in the second match, we have seen a completely changed Pakistan team. They were focused to the cricket, they were focused to the match, and they have got a result. And we need in every match, if you are playing against Zimbabwe or Australia, we need some very much focus on the match and cricket. Otherwise, you cannot get a result.
Certainly. Asif, you would also believe that yesterday Pakistan was absolutely clinical. It became a lot different when we saw that we got them out in due fashion, below 150 runs. The bowlers were superb, the spinners did a great job. And then once again, when it came to the batting, I'm finally happy that they realized that their strength is playing proper textbook cricket.
Guys, Ahmed is finally happy because day before yesterday, he was desperate to talk about Pakistan cricket. He was desperate to talk about the failures, especially he was talking about Saim Ayub. But at last, the way he performed, everyone is happy. And it's a very good thing for Pakistan after a lackluster performance in the first ODI. In the second ODI, yes, some dazzling performances from the both sides, from the bowlers and from the batters as well. Especially, that was the first game of Abrar, the way he has bowled. I think it's a very, very good idea that teams like Zimbabwe, you're bringing and new talent. You're giving chances to the new players, and they're performing well because they're getting an opportunity. As Ahmed, we were talking about that if we do not have good options apart from some players like Fakhar Zaman and Imamul Haq, then what could be the next? So now Saim Ayub is showing some glimpses. Yes, I am here and I will perform well. You know that the people who are just making a comparison of with Saeed Anwar, I will just like to tell them that this is what Saim Ayub said, that I want to become a Saeed Anwar, a player like Saeed Anwar, a legend like Saeed Anwar. I mean, it's very good that you're idealizing a legend, but play like him then. You have started very well. The way he has played some straight drives, some cover drives, some cut shot, and some shots towards mid-wicket, that was absolutely perfect. One shot that is, of course, a signature shot, that is no-look shot. I'm still not happy. This is ODI cricket. You're playing so well. There is no need to improvise when you're chasing 150 or lower than 150. You require these kind of shots when you know that the 20 balls and 40 runs require, and you're just improvising yourself and playing some scoop shots or some paddle sweep or no-look shot. But in ODI cricket, you play proper cricketing shots. There is no need to play cross shot. And Ahmed, same with Abdullah Shafiq. Right now, what you were talking about, that they were chasing 150, look like his class. He looks like Sachin Tendulkar. So yes, that's the problem with the Pakistan cricket.
But certainly, it's on a different note as well. Jabbar bhai, you would agree now that you know, it was embarrassing, the first match. I understand you're making some experiments or changes, but not against Zimbabwe like this. And I'm finally glad that Pakistan won. It was a good day of cricket for us yesterday.
I think on that day the situation was entirely different. Pakistan was chasing the target, and there was chance of run too. I think they tried to play just like they played in the second ODI. They want to accelerate the run rate from the starting, and that's why I will talk about the inning of Saim Ayub. He played like a T20 match. Target they chased in 18.2 overs. It means they have set their mind, and there was no scoreboard pressure on them. Other than the first match, they would be aware about the rain at the end of the day, and they try to get the score as soon as possible. But that was not good policy. But management should do this, how to chase the target. They should set, if they play 10 hours, how much they score in 10 hours. But that was failure of management. Very bad situation, that one. But they recovered in the second match, and everybody is happy about the innings of Saim Ayub or also Abdullah Shafiq. But again, I will say the selection of the shot, he will have to concentrate on that. Every ball is not hit 6 or 4. Abdullah Shafiq played brilliantly and supported it very well. But Saim Ayub is a talented boy. If he will go up, move ahead in the future, he should concentrate on the selection of the ball especially.
That's very important. Jabbar mentions a very important factor, that your shot selection, your range should be very, very important. I've been saying it for a while now that Pakistan has been missing the key, that is the rotation of the strike. We're failing to take singles in the power play. That has really cost us as well. But all in all, a good day, a good debut for Abrar. He's taken 4 wickets. Faisal Akram is enjoying his cricket so far. 2 ODIs for him. And then Rizwan must have been really happy. The way Saim and Abdullah, were on song.
Thanks Allah that Ibrar has at least played a match. If you remember, I used to say on a lighter note that if you just check him out in Nadra, whether he's a Pakistani or not, because he has been warming up the benches from past 1.5 years. I mean, you have not made him play any match, and when you put him in a situation, if you remember the first test match against England in Pakistan, where it was a do and die situation, obviously he was just one spinner to ball, that creates a pressure on a youngster. So it's a good sign, taking 4 wickets on a
right. I'm gonna take that ahead as well, because the fact is that for the past 2 years, Abrar has been part of the bench. It's very particular, and he's not gotten a debut, and I'm pretty glad that he was given a debut yesterday rather than giving him a debut straight away in a tournament final and then putting all the blame on him as well. Now that has been a real case as well, that we talk about this, that for quite some time now we've been forcing people in the wrong formats and giving them debuts at a very wrong time as well. But we discuss all of this right after this short break. Stay tuned. Welcome back. So, Awais, all in a nutshell now, how do you see Pakistan cricket moving forward? Obviously, we're going to clinch the series now. We're so confident. But what changed for us in the second one-day international?
The changes were good because I wanted Tayyib to be the part of the Pakistan team because again, like he has been with the Pakistan setup, but unfortunately not able to make up into the playing 11 squad. Obviously, the middle order looks solid for you, but it's a good sign to see him over here. But one thing was good to talk about Saima because have been criticizing a lot. I have been, sorry Asif bhai, but I have been criticizing him a lot. But he played the way what Pakistan needs. I mean, because as an opening department, you want to maintain that strike rate. He was at a strike rate of 160, 170. That's what you want over here because intent needs to be shown on. I know Akib Javed has said that it's not important for the strike rate. It's the type of play, what you play, what the situation requires. But remember one thing, Ahmed bhai, it's a 140, 150 you're chasing up. But when you're chasing 250, when you're chasing 300 score, what's a pass score right now in modern day cricket, you need to be at a different level. The power play needs to, you need to get some more runs into the power play. So Abdullah Shafiq innings is an important with Saim Ayub. Abdullah Shafiq has been with the Pakistan team from a long of time, but the unfortunate thing is that we have played lot of dot deliveries which actually pressure creates on the middle order. Your middle order, except Babar, if you talk about Rizwan, except that the 5th and 6th position is a key position where you have players like Stonis, you got players like the other Pandey and all that. You need to have that kind of caliber players so that which can actually win the matches for you or get that strike rate to a pitch level. That's the problem what Pakistan has been facing on. It's a good time for Pakistan, has been performing really well in the ODI cricket. But again, I'm telling you, when it's a score of 200, 250, 215 to chase, that's where the Pakistan team is under pressure. We need to understand that the strike rate and rotational policy is important because Pakistan lacks in it. We haven't been a good rotator of the strike. Our players, specifically opening batsmen, have played lot of dot deliveries which actually create a pressure. So the match awareness and especially rotating the strike is a main key role. South Africa series will be very important for Pakistan because there's news coming up that Imam or Fakhar Zaman might be back in the team. Saim Ayub is a good thing that he's back into the party. He's scoring runs for you. But South Africa is a series where your test would be done.
Absolutely. I think that will become a very, very important test for Pakistan as well because we are now discussing the numbers themselves as well. But Asif, now once we consider all of these options as well, it's disappointing to see Shahnawaz Rahane and Ahmed Danial be injured. It's been a repeated, I think, something for Dahani. It needs to be really investigated why he's struggling. Whenever he comes to the camp, he gets injured. Is there one particular form of training he's not doing well? Is there some other issue? It's become really, really tragic now that whenever he's in line to play for Pakistan, he gets injured. But that being the case now, with the inclusion of Faisal Akram, although it's, I think, a very fast-track process, maybe you should have given him more time. But now, because since he is part of the Pakistan structure, Abrar also coming in there, Salman being utilized, have we really answered the question of our spin bowling?
Well, I think that it's a good prospect. We didn't get an answer, but at least we got some news that Pakistan have spinners like Abrar and Faisal Akram, because we've been listening this for a long time from since 2023, the World Cup, that Pakistan do not have proper spinners because Osama Mir was punished badly in 50 overs World Cup. Shadab Khan, he was out of form. Mohammad Nawaz was only match winner in inverted commas. And now we got a couple of good names like Abrar and Faisal Akram. The problem is that either we will give them proper chances or not, because you build players, you give chances to the players, you take risk. And teams like Zimbabwe, as I was saying earlier, that it's really important that these guys, these youngsters, they're getting chance, they should perform well. As Abrar, he was good with his magic deliveries. Everyone was talking about what's magic about his fingers. So at least now we could say that he has shown some glimpses of his magic in yesterday's game. Faisal Akram, once again, brilliant. They've started well. It's not that they have performed against Zimbabwe. The issue was that they were playing their first game and they performed really well. Now we have more spinners like Mehran Mumtaz and Sufyan Muqim. He's good in T20. So now these kind of players, these spinners, they're coming from domestic circuit and they're performing well. Why Abrar? Why I'm supporting Abrar? Because as Awaz was mentioning, that he didn't get chance for a long time because he was in the squad, he was sitting in the dugout but didn't get chance. After a very long time, when he had this opportunity, he had performed well.
But the good thing was, Asif, that he was not afraid to flight the ball, and that's what we wanted from us.
This is about it's not about T10. It's 50 overs game. You would have to bowl 10 overs. Even I like bowlers who bowl with the flight in T20 like Arif Yaqub. So we have good spinners. The problem was we were not giving them chances. So I am on this department, on this issue, on this point, I'm with Aqib Javed that it's a very good, he has created opportunities. So I strongly support Aqib Javed that he's giving opportunities to the youngsters.
Well, certainly, and that too, I think the problem has been that we've debuted in the wrong formats as well. Zahid had been fantastic on the Qaid-e-Azam circuit, and obviously when you talk about domestic cricket, and we made him debut in white ball cricket. So, we've misplaced our options as well. But that being said, Jabbar bhai, do you also think now that Pakistan's spin bowling has some options which can help us in the future?
Ahmed, look, this thing is very important. Now the cricket has been divided into 3 groups: Test cricket, One Day, and T20. We are talking right now One Day cricket. One Day cricket, you need couple of top class all-rounder. Just in the past, we have Azhar Mahmood, Abdur Razzaq, Yasir Arafat. Like this, we are Ahmad Jamal is good, but we need in the One Day match, especially in the lower order batting, you need 2 good all-rounder. Ahmad Jamal is very good, but we need. Otherwise, spinners are doing very well. In the Test match, you gave the chance to the Sajid and Oman. They proved themselves. And the One Day you gave the chance, Ibrar, he bowled excellent. It means we have talent, lot of bowlers, spinner, pacers, all one. But in the One Day matches, you need good all-rounders.
Well, certainly, and I think the last one we've been talking about is Fahim Ashraf. We did not even look at anyone else, and the fact is that when we discuss the importance of these all-rounders, like I said, Ahmed Jamal has been a bit disappointing for me. He's not bowled up to the mark as well, and there is a lack of all-rounders in Pakistan team right now. Modern day cricket has moved on to the from the saga of tail-enders as well. So are you seeing any all-rounders being developed West right now on the circuit?
See, I mean, all-rounders are developed from the under-19 stage, but it's unfortunate, I would say, that when we play Pakistan, that time we just remember one thing, that we need to get this guy to turn into an all-rounder, and it's a devastating thing what we do. Specifically, if you talk about Amir Jamal, I've been a big fan of him. I know he played a crucial innings in Australia, but we need to understand one thing, Ahmed bhai, except the T20 league I'm talking about. If you talk about his medium pace, he's a kind of a bowler who loves to bowl with the used ball, not with the new ball. He's kind of a guy, I would say, like what Haris Rauf does. I mean, just try to hit the deck cards. He won't do much with the ball. He's the one who loves to bowl with the new ball.
One-dimensional.
One-dimensional. The problem is that what we do is that we don't have a strike fast bowler. Obviously, in the Zimbabwe series, getting them rested up. So you get Amir Jamal to bowl with the new ball. That has not been a good issue with them. One thing you need to make it clear to Amir Jamal, that you're a guy, because in T20, if I say, he's a guy who gives around 10 to 11 runs per over, but he's the one even who takes wickets. But the second thing what he does is that he gives you some extra cushion in the batting order. You need to make it clear that is he a batting all-rounder or is he a bowling all-rounder, because that's the biggest thing what I've seen when you work with an all-rounder. He has in his mind, he does not know clear stance what I am. I mean, in the Pakistan team, I'm a due to the fast bowling all-rounder, I'm as a batting all-rounder. You need to make it clear. The biggest problem what I feel in the domestic structure is that when you focus more on an all-rounder, we mainly focus on his one strong thing. If he's a fast bowler, we mainly focus on that. But if he can be turned into a good all-rounder, we don't go there, because we say one thing that, okay, fine, if he's turned into a good all-rounder, he might small his fast bowling too. That's why I say the under-19 level is the biggest area where you work on the all-rounder performances, because you can get many youngsters who can serve Pakistan. But it's unfortunate, the under-19 and Pakistan gap is a really big one. The under-19 players do play under-19 World Cup for you, they play under-19 Asia Cup for you, but after that they're vanished. They're never ever seen. I mean, there are many players who could have served Pakistan, but unfortunately, if you go a little bit back, there were no Pakistan Shaheens, there were no Pakistan under-19 tours. The biggest thing what I feel is that when you have many teams now touring to Pakistan, it's unfortunate to say you don't have any side matches.
Absolutely, and that creates a lot of difference as well. But let's take a look at this graphic of Pakistan's top performers as well. When you talk about, this is a very important stat that gives you best figures on debut for Pakistan in ODIs. There was Zakir Khan, who took 4 for 19 way back, and Abdul Qadir Saab as well, but Abrar Ahmed is now on the 3rd spot in this list as well. He of course took a 4 for 33. Down there of course you have many others as well. The great Sarfraz Nawaz Saab also dominates that list, and at the very last we've got Faisal Akram for 3 for 24 in the first one international as well on debut. So of course Abrar and Faisal amongst that list of best debuts for Pakistan as well. That being said, we also have to tell you that the Pakistan Cricket Board has announced a squad for the Under-19 Women's Asia Cup. Let's take a look at this report.
Pakistan women's under-19 cricket team has been announced for the ACC Women's Under-19 T20 Asia Cup, scheduled to take place in Kuala Lumpur from December 15th to 22nd. The 15-member squad will be led by captain Zulfisha Ayaz, with Komal Khan as the vice-captain. The team includes top-order batters Arisha Ansari, Fiza Fiaz, Maham Anis, Ravel Farhan and Zulfisha Ayaz, along with wicketkeeper batters Komal Khan and Wasifa Hussain. The squad also features spinners Alisa Mukhtiar, Kurtulam, Rosina Akram and Tayyiba Imdad, as well as fast bowlers Fatma Khan, Hania Ahmer, Mahnur Zaib and Sheher Banu. Pakistan will begin their campaign against India on December 15th, followed by a match against Nepal. The top 2 teams from each group will advance to the Super 4 stage, with the final scheduled for December 22nd.
And there you have it, great welcome sign as well. And Asif, obviously great that we're seeing some young talent now that is participating in a tournament, and to increase that pool of players on the women's side.
And once again, Pakistan will have to play against India. It's, see, Pakistan will face India in the first game, and the very next day they will play their second game. I was just checking that the top order batters, Arisha Ansari from Kasur and Fiza Faiz from Lahore, as Maham Anis from Islamabad, and Ravel Farhan from Lahore, and Zulfisha Ayaz from Wahkand. Okay, if you see these batters, these all batters, I've seen them in under-19 as well. So the very good side they've announced, and of course when you're playing against India, you'd have to control on your nerves, you'd have to play positive cricket, you'd have to show some confidence. We do understand that the pressure would be on you, because India, you know, always, and especially when we talk about the women's side, in women, they have beaten us so many times. So this is the time if we could get victory against under 19, and Pakistan will play their first game, and that would be a very crucial game for Pakistan.
Right. Traditionally, Jabbar bhai, I must ask you, because you have that experience and you've been witnessing Pakistan cricket. Yeah. We have treated women's cricket as a separate subject, which is very disappointing, and a lot more needs to be done for women's cricket in Pakistan.
Actually, this is a good sign you have female players right now. Before 2 decades, there was no player to play even the club cricket for the women, and people were searching the girls. This is positive sign. The girls are coming here to play international cricket. This is not for us to Pakistan will win Asia Cup, or this good for us. Pakistan team will represent Pakistan there. It is overall our sports standard of women, you know, very low in all the departments. But it is good sign for the Pakistan women cricket that we have.
The fact is that we shouldn't be result oriented. We should be happy that at least they're participating. It's very important that we see the numbers increasing as well. And of course, we still wish them all the best as well. That being said, like I told you in the introduction as well, 10 years ago from today, a tragic incident happened in the world of cricket. Let's take a look at this report.
10 years ago, on November 27, 2014, the cricket world suffered a great loss when Australian batter Philip Hughes passed away at the age of 25. 2 days earlier, Hughes was batting on 63 when he attempted a hook shot and was struck on the neck by a bouncer bowled by Sean Abbott during a Sheffield Shield match at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Despite emergency surgery, internal bleeding in his head could not be stopped and life support was turned off. Philip Hughes was born on November 30th, 1988. He made his first-class debut for New South Wales at 18 and impressed with consistent performances. In 2009, Hughes made his Test debut for Australia at just 20 years old. In only his second Test match against South Africa in Durban, he scored centuries in both innings, 115 runs in the first innings and 160 runs in the second innings. This made him the youngest cricketer in history to achieve this feat. In 2013, Phillip also made his mark in one-day internationals, becoming the first Australian player to score a century on ODI debut. He achieved this milestone with 112 runs against Sri Lanka in Melbourne. Over his career, Phillip Hughes played 26 Tests, 25 one-day internationals and 1 T20 international for Australia, earning a reputation as one of the country's most talented young players. Hughes' untimely death was a devastating moment for cricket, leaving a lasting impact on the game and promoting greater focus on player safety.
And there you have it, all you need to know about Phil Hughes in this report. Now, Cricket Australia paid a beautiful tribute to Phillip Hughes in a documentary that has been released as well. Take a look at this.
We feel Phillip all around us. Every paddock and every inch of this farm he has been around, and this place was paradise to him.
There was always these whispers of this young kid who was scoring hundreds for fun. It was almost like a myth almost. It was exciting.
I'd seen footage, I'd seen highlights, and he's the one that we had heard the most about.
That's 6. Stand and deliver.
He was like a dancer, he was like a boxer. His feet were lightning fast.
The footwork.
Yeah, just slap it through there, bro. Off middle stump, he'd be flaying him away.
Oh, now hammered through cover. This is a display. Marvellous achievement by Phillip Hughes.
I generally couldn't believe that he backed it up. He did that one pretty easy. Woo. This guy's unstoppable.
He was a 100 maker. I think that's the best way to describe him. He made hundreds at every level that he played.
I wasn't going to be available for the first Test match, and Hughesy was going to be the one to come in for me.
You've got this play, how you always have some fun. Yeah, that was the last back and forth that we had, yeah.
As much as anything, he was a ripping bloke.
The most family-orientated person I think I've ever met.
Phillip, do you realise it's 5 a.m. here in Maxwell? Oh, I just need to hear your voice, Mum.
He could associate and start talking with anybody, you know what I mean? Yeah, that touches me a bit, that.
He captured the attention on so many occasions, but it was Act 1.
I like getting back and seeing the family, getting back to Maxwell where I'm from, with me mum and dad and on my farm back home.
Now there you have it, the boy from Maxwell. Tragic incident really, still lives on in memory. Awais, a beautiful tribute from Cricket Australia.
The boy from Maxwell, I mean, a small, I would say, career, but what a career it was. I mean, unfortunately, that incident everyone remembers. It was one of the saddest the day in cricket, and after that, you know, many of the things were just introduced in the helmet and to the safety of players. One thing, Ahmed bhai, it's at the international levels. I was even discussing with you. We need to realize one thing, even if you are there in the nets, even if you're just practicing, just getting your bat to knock, please wear helmet. Our people don't understand that. I don't know why do they feel ashamed when even they are at the knocking stage that no, I don't want to wear a helmet. It's really important. I don't want this incidents. It is repeated everywhere. In club cricket, you see all these incidents more often, but it was obviously at the international level that was more highlighted. But helmet is a great safety in cricket specifically.
But certainly, obviously it reformed Kiasif, it reformed everything. And like I said, the world came to a standstill, but then we saw concussion protocols, we saw helmet safety being changed as well. A lot changed over the world of cricket.
Well, Ahmed, of course, it was very tragic and saddest day, of course, and unforgettable memories. I do remember that day. See, when it was hit on his neck, on back neck, I think we didn't know that what will happen. Actually, see, being batter, I'm a batter, and as Awais was talking about, that it's really important, even if you're in nets, if you're doing knocking whatsoever, do for the security and observe the security protocol. It's really, really important. And Ahmed, Phil Hughes, very short career, but one thing everyone is talking about, his career, but his colleagues, his teammates, one thing is very, very unique about him. He was a gentle and kind human being. Everyone was talking about, even Michael Clark, he was in tears as well.
Absolutely.
So I think remarkable personality, and of course, as Cricket Australia brought this documentary, thank you very much, Cricket Australia, as we have memorized him again and again. Of course.
On that day, I remember being glued to the television, and Michael Clark was the one who made the announcement that Phil had passed away, and it was a very emotional moment as well. But Jabbar bhai, I think it's a lesson for all the youngsters right now, everybody playing cricket, of the importance of a helmet. It's very common to take off a helmet for these youngsters, but they shouldn't do that. It's very simple.
This gentleman, the death of this cricketer, gives a new awareness to the upcoming cricketers. And the importance of the safety, helmet and other things. I think the new era which now is coming, the safety is the most important. The death of that cricketer give a guidance to awareness to the rest of the people.
Absolutely, it does. Thank you very much, Jabbar Saab, for joining us. Thank you very much, K. Asif, for joining us. And thank you very much to Sayyid Mohammad Awais for joining us, and Sir Haider for joining us as well. One thing is for sure, that Phil Hughes will live on in memories throughout the world whenever cricket is discussed. From me and my entire team, that's all we have time for. It's goodbye for now.